This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Rachel Fife.
Well, welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast. Now, are you looking to get connected to the Dana Point community, maybe find ways to network, or you have a new business that you want to get out there? Well, we have a resource that's really closer than you think. And today I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Vicki McMurchie, with the Dana Point Chamber of Commerce. Vicki, how is it going?
Oh, living the dream, Miss Rachel. Thank you so much for having me on today. I appreciate you.
Well, thank you for joining us. And, we're excited to learn all about your business and organization. So tell us about the Chamber of Commerce in Dana Point.
Absolutely. Dana Point Chamber of Commerce is much like the Chamber of Commerce in your local area. And so what we do is we promote our small business community. We promote the community in general, and we promote just networking and connections with people. And so we're trying to modernize the idea of what a Chamber of Commerce can do and to make it fun and lively. And so what we do here is we produce the Dana Point Turkey Trot, an annual classic car show, the Festival of Whales, things that really celebrate all things Dana Point and not only promote the destination, but also drive the economic influence and importance of supporting our small businesses here in Dana Point.
That's wonderful. How did you get into this kind of business?
Fun fact, I actually interned at my local Chamber of Commerce when I was in high school during my senior year and loved it, went to college, learned a whole bunch of stuff, worked for a nonprofit right out of college, and then eventually came back to the Chamber of Commerce kind of in the number 2 position, essentially. Was here for about 5 years and then left to go do some other stuff in the for-profit sector, development. And when the position of president/executive director opened in 2020, I applied for it and came back and started in February of 2020, which was really the best time ever to come and work for a small business-oriented, membership-based nonprofit organization, because it's not like anything happened immediately after that. So it's kind of been a full circle moment from when I was 17 years old to now when I am much older than 17 years old.
I love that. What are some myths or maybe misconceptions, do you think, in your industry?
Yeah, I think that people associate chambers of commerce with being really old school, or that you have to own a business to be a member of a chamber of commerce. You don't. You could just be someone who's looking to get more involved in your community. You could be an entrepreneur who's looking to start a business. You could be a high school student who's looking to network and work on your job opportunities post-school. I think there's the misconception that it's just boring, shaking hands and going to some networking events and not making true connections. And it really couldn't be further from the truth. We try to associate important speakers who can provide more information or inspiration, really. We try to do kind of themed events, right? We incorporate the local nonprofit community. We incorporate maybe your dogs. Again, I think in the world of networking is really advancing, and how people meet each other and how people get information about their communities has really altered the last decade or so with social media, Yelp, etc. And so we're trying to be in the places where people are. So as much as it's great to come in person and do your networking, we're also in the digital world as well, promoting businesses and promoting what's going on in the community. So it's always evolving, and it's not that old school organization that maybe your parents belonged to back in the 90s, right? Chambers of Commerce has been around for more than 100 years, and we've been around for 75 plus. But obviously, we want to be something that's invigorating and timely and essential for people nowadays.
Wonderful. So, we know marketing is really the heart of every business. So how are you targeting your customers, attracting new members? What are you doing for that?
Yeah, honestly, it's being out and about in the community. We really try not to be it's a terrible example, but like the used car salesman where we just push and push and push, like, you got to join to see the benefit. If you want to join, that would be amazing. But if not, we'd love to hang out with you. And so it's definitely word of mouth. We do the social media advertising. We advertise in our local publications, get the word out about things. But really what it comes down to is that we have a good product, which is us. And so we are a really small team of 2.5 people. We have a membership of nearly 500 members, and we're just genuinely people who enjoy each other and enjoy hanging out and networking with each other and supporting that local community. And it's really, we've created a good base of that. And I think the word has traveled about that. And so we are very lucky and fortunate to have an organic reach where people reach out to us and want more information and or hear about the fun things happening in Dana Point and want to be a part of that.
Wonderful. Yeah, have you ever thought about doing your own podcast?
Oh, I leave that up to the professionals like you. Our Visit Dana Point DMO used to have a podcast. And I think for us, we are crazy busy, and I would love to do it. I've seen other chambers do it successfully, and I just don't know if I possess the skill or patience that you have with people like me who are like, my microphone doesn't work. So kudos to you and what you're doing.
Well, thank you. All right. So outside of your work with the chamber, what do you like to do for fun?
Sleep. No, I am a very big advocate for animals. I really love animals, maybe more than people, which is interesting for this job. But I volunteer with our local animal shelter here that services San Clemente and Dana Point, and serve on the board for that. And so I spend a lot of my time thinking about how we can make the world a better place, or the shelter a better place, for the lost and abandoned animals in this community. And other than that, I think just, the basics of what everyone probably says is spending time with family, going to live music, going to comedy shows, that kind of thing, trying to find the joy, right?
Yes, exactly. Well, I love that. Animal lover too. So
yeah.
Now, Vicki, tell our listeners maybe one thing they should remember about the Dana Point Chamber of Commerce.
One thing you should remember about the Dana Point Chamber of Commerce, that's a really good question. I think it's just that we want to have fun. I have been to many an event, whether it's chamber or a professional organization, that has been pretty boring. And it just, you check a box because your employer tells you to go do something. We are very aware of those events, and we are not that. And so I would really encourage people to get over any misconceptions that they might have, and to spend some time, and also bring a friend, right? It's hard to make adult friends. It's hard to walk into something where you don't know anyone and not feel that like high school feeling, right? And so surround yourself with people that you enjoy in your everyday life, and then bring them into this setting as well, and watch that kind of emulsify and grow even bigger. So that's what I would encourage, is to try to make your professional life as fun as your personal life.
Love that. So how can our listeners learn more about the Dana Point Chamber of Commerce?
Just stalk us in every possible way. We are, our website is danapointchamber.com. We've got Facebook, we've got Instagram. We're old, so we don't have TikTok. Maybe one day we'll get an intern. We're on LinkedIn, etc. We're kind of all over the place. So we would absolutely encourage you to engage with us on our website. But if you give us a follow at Dana Point Chamber on Instagram, we would absolutely love that.
Well, Vicki, I really appreciate you being on the show, and we wish you and your business and the chamber the best moving forward.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me. I really, really appreciate the opportunity to brag about all things Dana Point.
Love it.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnporangecounty.com. That's gnporangecounty.com, or call 714-941-8862.